Hi guys and gals, today we're going to talk about a great exercise for core activation. The name of the exercise is medicine ball pull in. Now I already have a video about mountain climbers, an exercise that's really close to this exercise, but there are a few differences between these two. First of all, the focus for this exercise is more stability and balance, while the mountain climbers is more about explosiveness and strength. So you're gonna choose based on your goals. Second of all, the muscles that are gonna be involved in these two exercises are gonna be a little bit different, although there are variations for both of them, but the main muscles are gonna be a little bit different. You need to be a little bit more advanced to do this variation or exercise because it's a little bit risky if you do not have that basic stability, especially if you've got any shoulder problem or any spine problem or any injuries, because you're gonna perform it off the ground, so you might fall. And there are also other differences as well. But without further ado, first I'm gonna do the exercise, then we're gonna talk about the details. Good. Now, as mentioned, there are other variations as well, but this is the main variation. I'm gonna mention the muscles that are gonna be used in this exercise, but I'm not gonna go through the details because I already have talked about them. I've got a video that I'm gonna mention in this video, which I go through the core muscles and I talk about the details that you should know. So the main muscles that are going to be activated in this exercise are the rectus abdominis or the six-pack, your transversus abdominis, the deep muscle inside your ab, also your obliques as well, and also the hip flexor muscles as well. But I'm going to tell you what to do so you do not use the hip flexors too much. Also, the serratus anterior is going to be involved as well because it involves a little bit of protraction. But the things that you should consider for doing this exercise. First of all, like mountain climbers, make sure the elbow is not fully straight, so bend it slightly. It's gonna control the impact, especially with this exercise because you're gonna bounce around a lot, so the elbow and the shoulder are gonna be safer. The second thing is try to go a little bit wider if you do not have that stability. But if you want to challenge yourself more and you're a little bit more advanced, come close, so you need to control the side movement as well as front and back. Again, I've talked about it before as well. Do not go too much back, so if the ball is here, do not go all the way back. It's just going to be a lot of pressure on your shoulder. So bring it a little bit closer. Do not let the elbow go up. Even if you're advanced, it's an unwanted pressure and it's not going to work that much on your abs. It's actually doing the opposite. So instead of letting you flex the spine, when you bring the hand up, you're gonna extend the thoracic spine and it's just gonna include more hip flexors in the exercise compared to the main core muscles that you want to attack. So the more you bring the elbow down, the more the spine is gonna be flexed and the more contraction of the rectus abdominis you're gonna have compared to the iliopsoas hip flexor muscle. So make sure the arm is close, the elbow is close to your body. Another thing is a little bit lower. Again, I've talked about it, the hip. So if you want to involve the core, the rectus abdominis, the transversus abdominis, and the muscles in your ab compared to the hip flexors, make sure you bring the hip up. So do not just bring the knee forward and back. It's not going to be that much activation from the core muscles that you want, but make sure you bring the hip up and do not just bring the hip up and keep the back flat. So do not do this. Make sure you curve your lower back as well. So you're flexing from the thoracic and also bring the hip up and bring the knee forward. So you're making that curve in your lower back as well. So as you see, also make sure you do not bring the ball too much up or too much down. The ball should not be on your feet or on your knee. It should be here. So it should be on your lower leg. When you start here, it's not going to be that much good activation. And also, when you bring it too much up, so on the knees, again, it's not going to be a good activation. Bring it down, the lower leg. So here is a good place. And the feet is down. Although this variation is not going to be targeting your obliques to that extent, but if you want to target the obliques, you can go a little bit to the side as well. So let me show you from the side. So instead of forward and back, you can come a little bit to the side. It's going to target the oblique in a good way, but again, if your reason for the exercise is strength, this exercise is not going to help you that much, but mountain climbers and other exercises with weight are going to be better choice. So mountain climbers is a good exercise, but still it's not the best exercise for a strength, but it's better than this for a strength. But if you're focused on balance and stability, it's going to help you because you need to do this exercise slow. So the benefit that this exercise has is that you cannot go fast. You're going to mess it up and you're not going to feel it. So when you're using your medicine ball, you need to go a little bit slow.